Hi, my name is Drew Gerber. I am the founder of PublicityResults.com and the creator of PitchRate.com, and I'm here with Michelle Tennant,
Hi.
my partner in crime with Wasabi Publicity, and she just got back from a great event, and the 21st Century Book Marketing event in San Diego, and I just really wanted to take this time to do a video with her to kind of just...
And Bailey. And Bailey.
Oh, and Bailey.
It's Bailey.
Yeah, you may have seen him in other My Car. So Michelle, hello. So I want to know. So what did you learn?
Well, I learned a lot. Arielle Ford had actually created the event because she was a few hundred books shy of actually making the New York Times bestseller list with her Soulmate Secret book.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I really want to know what's different, because she's been a publicist for years and years and years for Chicken Soup for the Soul, Deepak Chopra. The list goes on and on. So she had this event so that we could all learn things together, right?
That's great.
I think most people, and what I really learned was how to add emotion to book marketing videos. That was the biggest takeaway for me.
That's really cool. Now, who was it that actually introduced that? Was there a particular speaker?
Yeah, Peggy McCall actually talked about that. She and Arielle showed their videos. Arielle showed her video of the Soulmate Secret, and she said that was a bust, that video. She said it didn't do very well as far as book sales. And then Peggy showed hers, and Peggy, Arielle had actually gotten her video for trade, and then Peggy had, she had paid several $1,000s for her video, really invested in, and it had a doggy in it, and then we love doggies. And then Arielle's, or the one that they said that was a smash hit seller, that it just was a book seller, was the one about lions, where these guys had recuperated a lion, and then they put it out in the wild, and everybody said, oh, that lion's not going to remember you. So they actually filmed, and it was an old film, they filmed the guys reuniting with the lion.
Oh, that's great.
Oh my God, everybody was crying. And then they said at the end it had a call to action. It said, send this to somebody you love.
Oh, it's great.
So it's, it's a very good example of a viral video where you can then actually just, have a fire starter online.
So that's great. So for book authors out there that want to sell books, so give us some more examples of actually infusing emotions as a campaign. I'm fascinated by this.
Yeah, they talked about that, using emotion also when you're dealing with people online and meeting and doing social networking. So a lot of times people will use Twitter or LinkedIn or Facebook and so forth, and they're just giving advice. They're just out there, advice, like da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
Sales pitch. And often people don't think, well, who's following me?
Yeah.
Who's reading this and really reaching out to get related to the people behind those titles and the importance of that, and connecting emotionally with people.
Right, and that is something you do really, really great. With the storyteller to the media.com, you have pictures of your dog, you have pictures of your husband, kayaking for me. I'm like, oh my God, Michelle, are you going to share that? And you do, and the media love it.
Oh, people love it. I get people ask me, they're like, do you think that that's the best thing to be putting all your pictures of your wedding up there? Well, guess what? Rick Frischman was there, and he was on the panel with me. He's been in the publishing industry for years and years and years, talked about how it's changed over the years. And what do we talk about? We had met years ago and talked about Costa Rica and my wedding pictures and his Costa Rica pictures. And how we relate as humans. Yeah. It's really what's behind the story that really makes the difference. And it's the same with producers, and one of the things that I talked about when I was on the panel, when we were talking about...
I'm really curious about that. Here's the thing, is that, what were the top 3 things that you talked about or discussed as a panelist that would be useful for authors who are, looking to sell their books? Yeah. The way to build relationships with media online is what I really talked about was, if you're using Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and you actually want to be mentioned in the New York Times, or you want to be in the Chicago Tribune, find the people from those venues that are using those and follow them. Get related. Let them know that you're alive. Be in touch with them. That's it's just relationship building. 20 years ago, we built relationships with faxes and mail and phone calls. Faxes.
Faxes. So the only addition now is that we have the internet.
Right.
To really.
Which changed everything.
It did.
Yeah.
The second thing that I talked about was online presence and the importance of actually having all of your materials online, like having a good online press kit. You know, we use presskit247.com, but even if you just use your website and you have that search engine optimized, you want to have all your materials right there so the media can just plug it. Because when Oprah calls, what they normally call, when I've gotten calls from like DaVita or whatever, it's been like Friday night at 5 p.m. right when I'm getting ready to go out. So thank God I can just say, well, here's the link where everything is for your meeting immediately.
Yeah.
So that you can be ready and you can finish your day on Friday, because then they start planning the next week.
Right, and I shared this in another video, but it was really the advent of Presskit 247. That's why we created it.
Yeah.
It's because, it allows you to put all your content there so that it makes the media's job that much easier.
Yeah.
And it's just so crucial these days.
Especially with breaking news, which is the third point that I made really strongly, is that if you want them to talk about your book, which they won't, but only if you take your tips and the things that you have inside your book and tie it to breaking news. And I mean, that's how I scored Dr. Phil within 8 hours, right? I mean, It was
just so great, and I want to do a whole separate video on that.
Oh, good, okay.
Because I don't know if you know this, but we actually surveyed people at Pitch Rate, and over, I think it was 60% of the people said the thing that would make the biggest difference for them was how to pitch. So I want to actually take your pitch, dissect it, and go through that. So you guys, be looking for that video to come down the line, because I really want...
We could do it now.
We can do it now. Well, I'm going to close
I've got
this
a good
video.
jacket on.
You'll probably see us in the same outfit, but I'm actually going to close this video. So my name is Drew Gerber. Michelle Tennant, thank you so much for taking this time. I hope this information was useful and valuable for you. And remember, it's not who you know, it's who knows you.